Hey guys, Skinny Bandit here, and welcome back to a gameplay video of Watch Dogs Legion. So this game came out in 2020 with the launch of the PS5 and the Xbox Series X, and on 1st of June they released the 60 FPS version of this game. So we're going to take a look at how the 60 FPS works and what new features are added and subtracted from this thing. So if you enjoy this video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Also, I have a lot of other gameplay videos on the channel, so make sure to check that. But first, let us go to the options and see what changes have they brought into the display settings. So right off, you can see the image quality has now two modes, the balanced and the best qualities. Balanced is 60 FPS with no ray tracing, and best quality has 30 FPS with ray tracing. So in this video, basically we'll just figure out what is the difference between no ray tracing and with ray tracing. Does it have any effects visually? So we'll just continue with the campaigns. I've been playing this game for the past couple of days, and it's a okay game, not too much boring or not too fun as well. Like it's pretty good looking and it has good feel to it, but yeah, it's definitely not something mind-blowing or very impressive. So right now I guess we have it in ray tracing mode. No, I think I switched it to balanced mode. Wait, I'll just see in a minute. But then yeah, so this, like I mentioned, this game looks really good, and it definitely is a next gen game because now they have ray tracing and all those things. So I think yeah, this is 60 FPS running in 60 FPS without ray tracing. So let me know what you think is what you feel is being showcased without ray tracing. Does it look like it's not that impressive if ray tracing would have been enabled? Although we'll be flickering between, like switching between ray tracing and out of ray tracing while we play the game to understand exactly how without ray tracing affects it. So I will just go ahead and start the main mission that I was playing, the story mission. So we are supposed to go for some team briefing. So let's see what that is about. Yeah, I think I need to go the other way. Oh yeah, but I think let's just you can see there are a lot of reflections. I think this is running with ray tracing on. So I just forgot what setting I left it at. But anyways, let's go for the team briefing.
Right, let's talk about Albion PMC, the only British organisation to successfully oppress more of the developing world than the British government, led by Nigel Cass, a man the partisan media calls a charismatic visionary, and Amnesty International calls a war criminal. Albion was given the key to the city to re-establish order following the bombings.
It's connected and corrupt, or I'll eat my hat.
It is. So that's two reasons why we need to find an angle on Cass.
We've found one. His name, Hamish Balaji. Born in London, Balaji was a recipient of the Cass Foundation Technical Scholarship at 14, which included a mentorship with Cass himself. At 16, Balaji designed Cass's first drone fleet. Fun fact, Cass delayed the launch by a week so it would land on Balaji's birthday.
Cass sounds like Balaji's second dad. Why would he help us?
They had a falling out after an incident in the Niger Delta 3 years ago. A buried human rights investigation accuses Cass of ordering a drone fleet to wipe out a village protesting the construction of a pipeline, but the drones malfunctioned before they could. Balaji is named as the likely saboteur. He's been on the run ever since, but now tracking data shows he's reappeared in London.
Shit, he's looking for redemption like with the protesters. This guy designed Cass's drone fleet. I think he's trying to disarm Albion.
He covers his tracks well, but that's a good guess. Unfortunately, according to this Albion intelligence report intercepted by our friend Caitlin Lau, Cass knows Balaji's in London as well. So, that's the op. Make contact with Balaji before Albion finds him. Then convince him we have a mutual enemy in Cass.
So this guy's our best chance to stop Albion and clear our names. And the largest private army on Earth wants him dead. No pressure.
Okay, so we gotta meet this Balaji guy and convince him to join DedSec. Okay, that's interesting. So how we're gonna do? Let's see. Although just to be frank with you guys, I have already played this mission and I did it without recording live audio, and I am actually recording the entire audio segment later on because there was a lot of background noise while I was playing the game, so I didn't want it to be very interrupting while the gameplay. So that's why I'm recording the audio separately at midnight. But yeah, we'll definitely check out the difference between ray tracing and the balance thing. So let's go to the options and see what difference does it make. So display, so yeah, I was playing on 60 FPS. Now if we go to best quality, I think we'll be able to see some differences. So let me know in the comments if you are able to identify or notice any differences. I don't think so it was visible inside. So as I think if you can see reflections on the glass panel over here. Now if we remove ray tracing from here, let's see how what it looks like. So we go to balanced, and it completely darkens out the glass entirely. So I think that's a very minor difference when it comes to ray tracing. I think it only affects the reflections and not the entire setting as such, because the puddles are still pretty reflective when it comes to playing without ray tracing. Like, let's just go to this thing once again. So we go to balanced again, and you can see there's no such change to the entire structure or the entire environment apart from the glass and everything. I think it only affects mostly the shining surfaces. So I think we'll try with doing this with the car as well. So let's go for a spin in the 60 FPS mode. So right off the bat, I really admired, I really liked how they handle 60 FPS. Like, it's super smooth. I really love the 60 FPS. But let's try to switch it to the ray tracing mode to see how it changes the entire thing. So we go to best quality, and as you can see, the car becomes very shiny and it looks all glossy, but then it becomes 30 FPS, which appears to be a lot chopped when it comes to gameplay. When we go to balanced, it becomes sort of a matte finish thing, if you notice the difference, and the gameplay becomes so smooth, it's like complete butter. And to me personally, I feel even a game like Watch Dogs, which is not so impressive, but to be able to play it at 60 FPS makes the experience a little bit better. Because if you're someone who has the PlayStation 5 or have been playing games at 60 FPS for a long time, then your eyes are already adjusted to viewing 60 FPS, and if you switch to 30 FPS, then it just looks very choppy. So if you are someone who's playing on the PS5, you would definitely want your games to be 60 FPS, because that is actually a very good step up when it comes to frame rates and the entire experience of the game. So me personally, I have been playing Ghost of Tsushima and a couple of different games at 60 FPS, and I think my eyes have adjusted to this frame rate. So when I first played this game at 30 FPS, it was a bit of a downgrade for me. I didn't like it, and after the update, I just felt like, okay, it's not that bad, and I can actually play this game entirely. So if you're someone who is wondering if you should pick up this game or not, I think you can give it a try if you're getting it at maybe a discounted price or something like that. So I think we'll switch to 30 FPS again to just go through this segment to see how it actually changed the entire gameplay. So if you're giving it a keen eye, you can, I think, observe when we're at 60 FPS, the entire scene is very smooth. But when we are at 30 FPS, okay, the reflections may be better, but then it is not a very deal-breaking situation. I think having 60 FPS is much better than having ray tracing for this game specifically. But for games where you get best of both worlds, both ray tracing and 60 FPS, I think that's just the right amount of fidelity and frame rates you want, and you don't want anything else.
Good.
So I think I had a bit of confusion in finding the objective spot, so I think we're going to do a bit of off-roading something. So let's see. I don't remember what I did over here.
Got a similar setup myself. Maybe paranoid, but
To be fair, you are an armed insurgent trying to break into his flat. Anyway, you should be able to connect to the local grid and use security cameras to disarm his traps.
All right.
Before I started playing Watch Dogs, I asked a few friends what they felt about the game, and some say it's boring, some say it's okay, some say it's a bit repetitive. But then to me, the entire concept of playing as the entire city was actually pretty new, and I kind of liked it. You know, you could just walk up to any person and just see about their past history and everything, and figure out if they were someone you wanted to recruit or
Bagley,
not
have you
in your
noticed the
team,
windows up there?
and
They
you
seem
could
suitable.
play
Sure,
as
if
that
you can
character
get
in the
there.
missions. That
3
was pretty
options here.
interesting.
1, use
But
the
then
window
the
washing
mission
platform.
pattern and
2,
the
find a
entire
cargo
schematic of the
drone.
game
3,
is, I think,
give
a
up,
bit
go
of
home, and
a
resolve to be
repetitive
a
sort of
better
thing,
person.
because you
Fine.
need
Leave
to
it to me.
kind of, you know, just hack all along the way. That is how you can, you know, complete your missions. You can just sit at one spot and hack your way to finish a couple of missions. But then some missions obviously need to get in, and it's kind of a certain repetition thing when you do infiltrate one segment and do one particular objective and then just get out. So that is like the entire objective of the game. You just enter, do something, and get out. Well, which is most of games. So, but anyways, so like over here you can see that we want to infiltrate this flat. So we need to find a way to get onto the server, then hack the server, get access to the camera, and then, like, you know, hack it basically and figure out a way inside. So that is most of the game. If you enjoy that kind of stuff, I think you can go for this game. Plus there's a 60 FPS boost, so definitely adds on. And if you are playing on the PS4, then I'm not sure how the experience will be, because I haven't played this game on the PS4. And at the end of the day, it's a Ubisoft game, so definitely don't expect much. But yeah, Far Cry 6 is coming, so I'm not sure to say that statement is correct or not. But then yeah, this game is not that impressive. But anyways, let's see what's going to happen next. So I think I lowered a couple of these things, what do you call, the window cleaning things. But then there is a drone. I think we'll go through the take the drone as well. So I'll also show how what it's like to fly the drone in 60 FPS. Like when you sit on this thing and you roam around, you will actually be able to notice the difference between the shadows and the entire movement things. So it's actually pretty nice. Let's switch back to 60. So if you're able to notice or not, I think, you know, when you switch to 60 FPS or the balanced mode, a certain amount of, like, obviously ray tracing is disabled because it says so, but then it is not a deal breaker according to me. I think you can very easily play through the game at 60 FPS and without even wondering or noticing that ray tracing added something else. So ray tracing was not heavily applied in this game. I think, you know, they could have managed to keep both ray tracing and this thing 60
You weren't
FPS.
joking about
but they
Hamish's
didn't.
affinity for
Anyways, we are
traps?
here at the
You could
apartment and
force
we
the
need
traps
to
to unlock by
hack
rewiring the
that
power.
system, and there are a
Fine.
lot of bombs
Leave it to
over
me.
here, so we'll be there might be some sort of a puzzle.
Welcome to Clare and present
So
danger,
let's see
and
how to
welcome
get that.
fascist London. Don't let that boot
And there's a
on the
shotgun
back of your
attached,
head
so anyone
disturb
tries to enter, they
you.
just
It's on your
the
bare
head gets
feet.
blown off. That's an interesting
You
way
have
to
wake
put it.
up, people. If there was a playbook for
See.
setting up a totalitarian police state, Albion would be most of the way through it.
Not
and
able to
working on
figure out.
the
Oh yeah,
overlord.
there it is. So you
They
press and
certainly
hold
took
the
advantage
L1
of
button
all
to
our
reveal the
bombings
entire
to play.
puzzle. Now all we need to do is solve this. So I think, you know, the Watch Dogs original, the first Watch Dogs implementation was better for this one. Like, you know, you enter into this three-dimensional space wherein it's more like a, what do you say, network, rather than having it embedded in your floors and stuff, which makes it look all weird. But then that was a very good implementation of this puzzle in Watch Dogs 1. They just ruined it coming to Watch Dogs Legion. I think, you know, if they did the same implementation with the entire network and the virtual reality thing in mind, that would have been better rather than just throwing it inside walls. So yeah, I think I had some trouble solving this puzzle, so I just skipped to that part. Okay, I definitely took my sweet time figuring that out, but then yeah, we finally got it. So if you're watching this, then obviously it's disconnected, like it's not in the video, my struggle of solving it. But then yeah, I did struggle a lot in solving that puzzle. I'm not that smart, you see. Anyway, so these puzzles are really good implementations. I think we are almost there. We just need to figure out a few more things and we'll be good to go. I think it goes down. Yeah. That one will go up. I think it will unlock this one. Yeah, that's unlocked, so we can now send the current from that one. Yeah, that's it. There we go, and we got it.
The traps are disarmed. Now, if you go through the front door of the flat, it's much less likely you'll be killed.
Okay, great. So we got his access to the flat. Okay, so the server's here, but the flat entrance is all the way across the river or the port or whatever it is. That's interesting. Nice security though. You know, the first obvious thing would be to go to the roof of that building to figure out a way inside that flat, but then it's a couple of blocks away. That's nice. They put some thought into it. Oops. No, don't want to go up. Let's go straight in the front door. What weird bombs this guy had.
Move one more muscle chief and I'll blow the whole place with you in it.
All right, let's just think this through.
Who the fuck are you? And what are you doing in my flat? You with Albion?
I'm offended. Think more antithetically.
What, DedSec? Yeah, right, and I'm Che Guevara. You done?
Hold it! Albion knows you're in London. So don't kill me, just run.
Fuck me. You're telling the truth, aren't you? Fucking hell, thought I was careful. Fucking idiot, Amish. Look, Cass is worse than you know.
Obviously. Why else do you think I'm here? For a bloody chat?
Maybe, because Nigel Cass is paying you. That's how fucking mercs work.
Agent, we want your help. We aren't with Cass. He's the bastard that's behind the bombings and tried to end us.
Mate, you don't know shit. You have no idea what Cass is and what... Move! Fuck! An Albion squad's closing in on you. I guess you weren't lying about that part. Fuck, think. Shit, fine. We'll table it. I'll buy you some time. Just go. No!
Damn, that's a nice escape sequence. So now we gotta run from the cops. Okay, that's not gonna be easy. Most of the characters that I have unlocked don't even have a proper firearm. One has a nail gun, others have the shock rifles and all those things which are mostly useless. Like, it's good, definitely it's good to have, but then
Jesus Christ.
I would prefer a more lethal weapon. If you know what I mean. This is like GTA hacking version or something like that. It's fun. Definitely a fun game. And plus, you know, the car mechanics I think are real good in this game. Like, you know, when you're drifting in this game, it actually like, you know, it emits a lot of, you know, tire sounds, like tire screeching sounds. So the feel that you get while drifting is so realistic. Wait, I'll show you. Let me try and drift. Oh, that didn't happen. Wait a second.
I think all that excitement convinced our new friend Hamish
Now,
that
oh,
we
I
need to
think
work
I
together to tackle
cleared the
Cass.
pursuit,
He's
so
willing to
maybe
cooperate.
if I drift after a few seconds, you will notice you'll be able to hear the sound, screeching sound the tire makes. But then let's check out 60 FPS or the performance mode. Like, we're in the performance mode right now, right? So let's see how the ray tracing mode feels like when you are just looking at a car at night time. So as you can see, the spotlights become more precise and it's more reflective when you are playing in 30 FPS with ray tracing on. And I don't think so it makes much of a difference if you have ray tracing on or off for this game. It's basically the same, and it's just a few windows you might not be able to see your face in, and the cars might look a bit matte finish, but I think that's good for 60 FPS. You're getting 60 FPS for that, so that's definitely a big thing. So am I going to try to drift now? I guess. Let's switch back to performance, because that is going to be my default setting from now on. I'll be playing this game entirely, completing the story and everything in performance mode. So as you notice, the spotlights became more, what do you say, dimmed because it's in non-ray tracing mode. And yeah, let's see if those drift thing works right now or not.
He'll be talking
Straight
about
drift.
a major project he's got planned for London.
Working on an upgrade of his
There
private
we
police
go.
state.
Yeah, so if
Brilliant.
you're able to
Does
hear
this
it, the
prick ever
tire
take a
makes
day
a lot of
off?
screeching
Whatever
sound,
he's up to,
and that's very
he
realistic when it comes to drifts. I hope
I've always wanted
other
to be
games
in on
also
the
implement
caper.
these kind
Okay,
of
first things first.
small things
Keep
which
eyes
actually
on
makes
the
a big
impregnable
difference when it
target.
comes
So
to
off you go.
realistic
I'll crack on with
physics.
assembling the right
So that's
personnel
there.
to
Although
round
this
up
game
this ragtag
is
bunch of misfits.
miles away from realistic
Ah,
physics,
shit.
obviously. So yeah.
Albion
But anyways, that has
cybersecurity
been
sniffing
my
proxy
take
IP.
on the
What's the
performance
trace
mode
to
for
detonate
Watch
this
Dogs
one?
Legion. I hope you
I've got to
enjoyed
deal
this
with
video. If you did, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Definitely be playing Ratchet and Clank very soon, so do watch out for that and subscribe. Also, if you're planning to get this game, I think it's a good time now that the 60 FPS patch is there. You should get this game if you're into this one. But then yeah, that will be it. See you guys in the next one.